Hi guys, good morning, welcome back to my channel. I'm just putting out my makeup. I'm going to pop on a bit of makeup this morning and chat to you whilst I get ready, but I'm rushing a little bit. I am actually going this morning to, I'm meeting my friend Lydia and we're going to have a psychic reading, which I've never had before and always been interested by. We've kind of talked about it together and I thought, do you know what? When it was her birthday, I was like, what do I buy? The girl that has everything. And also, we do birthday gifts, but we don't go like overboard. I feel like because we're both in the same industry, we don't need anything. But it was her 30th and I thought, let me book an experience. And I thought, what can I do that neither of us have done before, that we've talked about, that I know that she'd potentially be interested in anyway. I was a bit nervous, but I was like, I've bought some experience. And yeah, so we're both a bit nervous. I think it's just the unknown, isn't it? It's the what to expect because we have no idea. And look, we could go and we could find that this experience we didn't gain much from, but that's kind of like the worst case scenario. So we will go. It was this booking was on a recommendation of someone that I'd had a sound bath with. I messaged a lady, like I said, who I'd had a sound bath with previously, and I said, I don't suppose if you know of anyone that does readings, private readings. Now ordinarily with these readings, she does, the girl's called Chloe, she does them separate, like they're individuals, but because it was like part of her like birthday gift, I just explained that and I said, is there any way we can kind of have a joint reading? And she said, well, I can't really do a joint reading, but what I'll do is 30 minutes each, and when one person's having the reading, the other person can still be in the room but like sat away. And I was like, perfect. Lydia's just messaged me saying setting off, and I'm like, oh, I'm not even started getting ready yet. I'm just taking Barney out for a walk, and although to be fair, I am probably a bit like 10 minutes closer to where we're going, so like I said, we've got about 10 minutes. So just a bit of light makeup today. I think on the agenda today after the circuit reading, I'll obviously let you know how it goes. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to record anything. We'll see. I'm just going to see what the vibe is when I get there, and if not, just tell you afterwards what it was like and what we thought of it. And then for the rest of today, Tom is actually working from home today, so he's gonna look after Barney whilst I am out and about. I thought about going over to the Trafford Centre because it's not too far from the Trafford Centre where we're going actually, and maybe just having a little mooch around the shops, but I don't know if I'm in a shopping mood, which for me is rare. I mean, who knows, I could change my mind in a couple of hours, but I actually have a lot of housey bits and bobs that I want to get done, so I'm kind of half thinking, do I have a day of just coming back home and getting stuff done around the house? You know, when there's just those piles of, like, I haven't even made the bed yet today, this because I was up first, so obviously the bed doesn't get made unless I make it. Well, in fact, that is getting made. Anyway, I will make the bed later. It's just one of the, I very rarely leave the bed unmade. It just goes through me. But you know what? It's a list, or it's one of many things on my list of things that I need to get done. But yeah, you know when there's lots of like just piles everywhere of bits and bobs that just need organising and sorting? That's kind of where I'm at. I've got some washing in that needs sorting, some washing that needs putting away. Speaking of clothes as well, I would quite like to have a bit of a sort through of my wardrobe. I've never really been like over the moon with my wardrobe. I think because it's like, obviously the aesthetic and having them fit, love that. And I still really like the actual configuration of the shelves and everything like that. I'm happy with that. And the middle two, I guess, are kind of fine because that mostly is just like shoes, accessories, bags. But the outer two, where all my clothes are, everything is always jam-packed in there. And I don't tend to do a full seasonal switch with my wardrobes. I tend to just take out literally like winter coats, so maybe a handful of items, which I've already done. And then summer stuff I pretty much always have in there. I think I have like a bag of more like beach clothes that I would wear on holiday that's not in my wardrobe. But apart from that, everything is just always in my wardrobe all year round, which is fine, and that would be honestly the dream, but I just don't think my wardrobe space is big enough for that. I end up wearing maybe 10% of my wardrobe because I can't see what's in it, and I can't, you know, everything being shoved in there just gets creased, and then I'll have to go and iron it. I'd quite like to have everything just hanging nicely and organized and it not being jam-packed. So I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do that because I'm not sure how much I can put away, but if I can pop away a lot of autumn wintry things that I just keep out thinking, oh, I might need it in spring summer. It's like, realistically, how many thick knit jumpers do I need? Or like my wool blazers, like I'll just keep maybe some more lighter blazers in there rather than all of them. Like gilets, and it's just hard, isn't it, with England, because the weather can be so temperamental. But at the end of the day, if the weather goes downhill a bit and it gets a bit chilly, all I do is keep them under this bed anyway, so I can just go in and grab a jumper. It's not hard, is it? But then at least I'll be able to have a wardrobe space that is fully like organized, and the feng shui is better, it's less stressful. It doesn't look that horrendous, but I just know that with everything being jam-packed in there, it's just annoying. And then the things that I do wear quite a lot, like a white t-shirt, basic white tee, I don't think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think there's a t-shirt out there, especially a white one, that stands the test of time. I've tried budget, I've tried high end, but they always seem to need replacing, whether they get like kind of stains under the arms or around the collar, or they go a bit wibbly wobbly, like the shape is a bit misformed in the collar. This is one of my favorite t-shirts. These t-shirts are from Buck Mason. They're nice and thin, so good for this time of the year, and I love the color of this, like a kind of concrete color. Buck Mason, when we went to New York, it's an American brand, and I might have soon some bits coming from them, which is very exciting. I'll talk to you more about that when they arrive. But yes, that is today's plan. So bits and bobs around the house. I'm not sure how far I'll get. Anyway, battery's flashing, so I will see you guys at the psychic reading, after the psychic reading. Who knows? Maybe she knows because she's a psychic. Hello. Hello, puppy. You're like, what's this camera doing in my face? What's this camera doing in my face? Strike a pose. Very cute. Oh boy, we're not going just yet. I told him we'll go for a W, but not quite ready yet. I'm just back home now, just unloading the dishwasher, and I thought I could debrief on how that went. And it was really good, actually. My station's pretty spot on, pretty accurate. It was less mediumship in terms of connecting with the other side, and more so like tarot card reading, and sort of doing past, present, future type readings of like each of us individually. Obviously we had separate readings, but we stayed in the room with each other so that we could listen, and we did record it. I don't know if I'll have included a couple of clips or not of the recording, but it is, a lot of it is quite like personal and private, I suppose. And there's an element of me wanting to be open and share on this space, but then I still have to be mindful of an audience is watching this. You know, like sometimes I forget, honestly. I feel like it's just me making little videos for myself, just like I did when I first started YouTube, and that no one's watching. But then I have to realize people are watching. People can be triggered, people can be sensitive things, people can be mean. I mean, I know the vast majority of you are not, but we're also all different. We're all from different walks of life, and we all have different upbringings, we have different values and morals, and there is an element of me being the sort of person that isn't oversharing naturally, that does just want me to say everything and anything and treat this as like an online diary. And that's not to say I won't, or that I don't, but I just have to be like mindful of sharing certain things. And I feel like the reading was fairly private, but it was good. It was good. It was quite positive as well. Well, in fact, very positive. There wasn't, Chloe did say, you know, she doesn't really go to like dark, negative spaces, and I was grateful for that. It was nice. Both Lydia and I relate. In fact, we actually had quite similar cards that she pulled. And I do think that Lydia and I, she even said, we have soul ties. We are connected. We have that bond that we do pretty much share everything and anything with each other. And we're quite similar as well. So it was interesting that the cards that were pulled, even after like a big shuffle, and some of them were like falling on the floor, and she was like, no, they're the ones that want to come out, that they were all very similar. So anyway, well worth doing. I would say one thing I picked up on, which I kind of found, like, she didn't know our jobs, she didn't know what we did or anything going into it, but there was one element of it that kind of made me not laugh, but did make me think, yeah, probably. And that's that I sometimes feel a bit of boredom with shopping habits. Yes. But I wouldn't say it's boredom, it's more obviously I sometimes buy things being more mindful that I see my platform here on YouTube as being a bit more, it's kind of like a shopping channel essentially. I do a lot of shopping, and a lot of people do comment on the videos saying, yet another haul, and it's like, well, I kind of justify it with it's my job. Like, as a platform, that's kind of a big part of my channel is showing you what's new in stores, and kind of being like an online shopping platform that's curated to me and my style, so that if you have a similar style or similar things that you like in terms of interiors, fashion, beauty, whatever it may be, then that's essentially, that's my job, it's my career, and I honestly wouldn't change it for the world. I absolutely love it. So there are times where I will buy things and I think, do I need this? Do I love it? Yes. Do I need it? Probably not. But do I buy it? Yeah, I still buy it to show you guys. So what I'm saying with that is that that's not going to change. That's just the content that I do. But it's almost like something that I feel like I need to say to you guys as viewers of my platform. And you know this anyway, but just because I buy loads of stuff, don't feel that you need to buy loads of stuff. But if you like to buy loads of stuff, then that's what we're all here together doing. So don't feel guilty doing it necessarily. I'm not saying that, and I'm not saying stop spending if you do find that you sometimes fill a void maybe with shopping. But I would say just be mindful of the fact that me as a content creator, I probably, well, I do buy in excess. A lot of the stuff that I buy, I don't need. I'm not saying that if I put in a big shopping haul that I keep everything, because I don't. I do return quite a lot, especially when it comes to fashion bits and bobs. I do return a lot that I don't need after I've shown you guys. So I would hate for you to feel like I'm putting a pressure on you to have to shop the way that I shop. That's kind of what I'm getting at with that. So if anyone does relate to that in terms of shopping habits, and maybe sometimes thinking, am I buying stuff that I don't need, or that don't really necessarily have a space in my home, I think a lot of us do it, and a lot of us are in the habit of that, and a lot of us, it brings us a bit of joy. But we do have to question sometimes, is it a bit of a dopamine hit, or is it something that is a passion and a hobby, and you like to redress your rooms and restyle your rooms and all of that kind of stuff with interior stuff, and she said with me being the job that I do, to keep doing what I do in terms of giving quite a bit to charity, which I do. I don't really talk about it here on my channel, but I give a lot. So I've got hair in my eye. So the things that I maybe buy, oh, hold on one second, what was I saying? The things that I buy, I do end up giving a lot away to donation banks, charity shops, and she said that kind of will feed that need to, like, not just take, but give back as well. Really enjoyed that reading. I would definitely be open to doing it again in the future. I do quite like the idea of like mediumship connected to the other side. It can be a bit scary though, can't it? We talked about maybe doing like a girls' night and having someone over for all of us, because when I told our friends that I bought this for Lydia, there were a couple of friends that were like, oh, I'd love to do that too. So maybe we could do it again and maybe even film it. I've come away feeling really positive, which is nice. If you've been thinking about booking in, maybe go ahead and do it. So just gonna finish off putting these bits and bobs away, and then I'm going to tackle, I think I'm gonna go upstairs and tackle wardrobe space. And I might also make a little brew to keep us calm and relaxed, keep this energy going that I'm feeling after that session. Take Barney for a walk as well, because I have promised that to him. And I might even have to take the cushions in from outside. Our hydrangeas are thriving in the little pots that I picked up. I might have to bring the cushions inside because I think it's forecast to have a bit of rain. But look at these. Since I moved them over towards this more shaded area, which gets a bit of sun, like it's in sun now, oh, I can tell they need a water, so we'll water these. But look how beautiful they are. Struggled, but the rest of them, yes. Aren't they pretty, Barney? I just love them. I think they're probably my favourite flower. 10,000 steps later, bit of vitamin D on the skin. Still got that little bite there that I got the other day. Now it's time to tackle my wardrobe. I've got a couple of bin bags. I need to, in my bedroom under the bed, we've got some storage bags for clothes to pop away, but for anything that I do need to bin or donate, I have got a couple of bags in case I need those. And then I've got a couple of other bits and bobs that I could do with popping away that are just sat on this chair. So I thought I would show you those first because it's some PR bits that I've been sent. Firstly, from Pixie. Oh look, little pet. I love it when brands personalise PR gifts. So there is in here a little, is it a mirror, I'm assuming? And we've got some brow products. 2-in-1 natural brow duo, brow pencil and gel. It's quite like that. You can kind of see it on my skin, but it could be the right shade. I just feel like it's quite hard to get out. But then on the other end, there is this section here, this pot where you've got the liquid product to run through the brows. This tiny little brush. In fact, that's a really good brush, like that. It picks up each and every brow hair because it's quite stiff. I also got this. Now, I have been talking about the first book that Emily English did, the So Good, is it called? This one's Live to Eat. She's just released this very recently, so this is like her second book. She's a nutritionist, and the nutritionist online. She has so many amazing recipes. I've worked with her before on her Epitome, the capsules, the prebiotic, probiotic capsules for good gut health. Fluffy cinnamon protein French toast. Need I say more? I've also talked about this recently from L'Occitane, and they very kindly sent over stock up of the shower oil, which I love to use as a kind of body moisturizer. So I have said before how I've really liked this bit of a lazy girl hack in the shower to, once you've turned off the water, lather that all over your body and then step out the shower and dry off as normal. So I have found using that has really helped my skin because I am lazy when it comes to body moisturizer. This one is the Smoothing and Beautifying Supple Skin Oil. Apply to entire body twice a day, massaging into the skin with circular movement. So yeah, this isn't a shower related product. This is more for, let's have a go, like morning and evening, just to apply. Oh yeah, smells like the other one, that almond oil. It is honestly lovely. See, I could get on board with this. I think it's a thick, heavy body cream I don't like the feeling of. And then I also got a couple of bits from Amazon. These golf balls, just to stock up on some. And I think these ones are meant to be good for beginners. This is very exciting, guys. I've got the new Freda McFadden book. I still have a couple of her books that I am yet to read. The only ones I've read so far, because I'm reading ACOTAR series at the minute. And it's just taking me, I'm such a slow reader, it's taking me so long to get through it. And I've also got another book on the go, which is more of a self-help book. So I think Freda McFadden books I can whiz through. So I might just need to pause the ACOTAR series and maybe just get my teeth stuck into one of her books. Blake Porter is riding high until he's not. Fired abruptly from his job as VP of Marketing and unable to make the mortgage payments on the new brownstone he shares with his fiancée, he's desperate to make ends meet. Enter Whitney. Beautiful, charming, down to earth, and looking for a room to rent. She's exactly what Blake's looking for. Or is she? Because something isn't quite right. The neighbours start treating Blake differently. The smell of decay permeates his home no matter how hard he scrubs. Strange noises jar him awake in the middle of the night. And soon Blake fears someone knows his darkest secrets. Danger lives right at home, and by the time Blake realises it, it'll be far too late. The trap is already set. It's very random. I saw these tiny little baby teaspoons. They're only small, so perfect for sauces and jams and condiments and things like that. And it comes with a set of 8. And I love this dark mango. We've got quite a lot of it in our kitchen now. I want to show you just a before. That's not too bad. Here's pretty jammed. Full. Now this one is shoes, and I did think about even storing away boots that I'm not going to use. I don't think my shoe collection is big enough actually to need to do that, because they fit in there currently. If I had a bigger selection of, say, summery boots, then I could pop these away in storage. But for now, I don't need to replace anything. I have some shoes in here, like a basket of shoes. The thing is though, sandals don't stack very well in there, so I still want the sandals in the basket. I might end up just keeping the shoes as they are, to be honest with you. And then with this cupboard, I have lots of accessories, bits and bobs, and then it's only really these two which are clothes, and both of them are knitwear. And I also have some summery dresses. And then along here we've got all of my bottoms and vests, t-shirts, and then there's a mix of everything.
Got me feeling the air, and under these autumn leaves, what a breeze. Got me shaking and loosening up after all of your summer teas. Pretty please.
Okay, look how many hangers we've gained. We've got a big pile of winter wear here. I've got some winter knitwear in there. Some bits that need to go in another drawer. That needs to go in the wash. This needs to be tailored. So I don't really need to sort through any more of those. And then up at the top, I might just need to rejig and reorganise at some point. But everything in here now, I know, is good for spring summer. The only thing that I was considering was maybe putting the leather jacket away, but then having a leather jacket for spring time with a little dress is actually quite a nice option, so I thought I'll keep it out for now. And then likewise with this one, I have something similar to this from Zara in more of a darker charcoal, so I've put that one away. But this light sage is quite a nice colour for this time of the year, and for taking the dog out if it is a bit chilly, say fresh in the mornings. These are great for keeping your wardrobe fresh from By Matter. They're called the Closet Guardian. You can spritz these with essential oils or the little spray that it comes with to keep it smelling nice and fresh, and it's like a good moth repellent in there for all of your clothes. Again, in here I've just got some more jumpers. These two at the bottom are quite thick, but they are kind of spring summer colours, with them being a light grey and a light blue, so the darker colours I popped away. Same with here, we've got a couple of knitwear, but like this is actually a vest, so that's fine. And then those bits are more potential holiday bits. I'm struggling to whittle down this bottom section because it's mostly this time of the year, because it's vests and jeans, skirts, shorts and trousers. So I have just taken out my kind of like leather pants that I've got, because I would only wear those at sort of like autumn winter. There is definitely space here though, like I can, you know, do that and then find a gap to put something in, so it's not horrendous. In fact, I could pop away these skirts because these are more wintry colours. We've got like the champagne-y, silvery and the burgundy, so yeah, they could go away for autumn winter. But then I'll keep out this lighter colour and the green. Maybe the black. Oh, I'll keep the black out. Definitely need to sort through this. And I've got a couple of summery hats, winter coat, that could go away. Okay, last of the wardrobe bits now. I've got these bits to pop away, so I need to find another bag. We've got 3 bags to pop away, which has been incredible. We've got all of these hangers, and we have obviously a full looking wardrobe, but still with the ability to, if we need to, I can just separate and pop in whatever I need to.
Your head or get too mad. Ooh, you possess fire, you hold rain, but you forget about staying sane. Oh, oh, we know lovers, we know pain. You're like a Willis, you're ball and chain. You play for keeps, yet you give up so easily. Everyone has a secret dream, but I swear you got more of a scheme. You're so carefree. Leave perfection, get your head. Forget about staying sane. Oh, oh, we know lovers, we know pain. You're like a Willis, you're ball and chain. Once you set that fire into motion.
Just done my nails. They were getting very long and I can't find myself keep catching them, you know, when you feel like you know they're gonna break. So I've cut them much shorter and used my gel polish that I like to use, the Tiramisu for 2 OPI, and also a like glittery one, just like as a top coat. It just adds a really pretty kind of sheen to them. I've just popped the oven on. We're gonna make some dinner this evening. I think we've got this recipe from Green Chef, the aubergine tacos, honey teriyaki glazed aubergine tacos, but Tom's also got some meat from a barbecue, so we might combine the two and make something with the recipe that we've got from Green Chef plus the meat that needs eating. So I don't know if he's going to fire up the barbecue, if we're going to use the oven, but I've just switched on for a banana bread. We've got some bananas to use up, and I feel like I've shown this recipe so many times, but we like to do a healthier version from Emily English's cookbook, and yeah, they're looking about ready to make into a banana bread. But we quite like to have this as a breakfast option, so when we've been buying bananas, we've been buying plenty so that we've got enough for this banana bread. And I will say the recipe calls for 3 bananas. I just use up whatever amount of bananas that we've got, and once I had 5 bananas and I thought, is this a bit excessive, that was actually probably my favourite one. So if you've got more than 3 bananas, I think just go with it anyway. If I've only got 3, I maybe just add a bit more honey to make it a bit more moist and oiled as well. But yeah, so it's quite a good recipe for what I've been having it as, is a breakfast. It's been one of my favourite breakfasts recently because it's not, you know, you don't feel like you're having cake with chocolate chips and everything for breakfast. You're having something a bit more nutritious. So where is it? I need to bookmark it really. Oh, that looks good for one day. We could do eggy bread with tomato sauce. I used to make eggy bread all the time. Here we go, breakfast banana bread loaf. That's what I'm going to do whilst Tom's on a call before he comes down, and then we're going to start cooking our dinner.
You possess fire, you hold rain, but you forget about staying sane. Oh, oh, we know lovers, we know pain. Your lack of will is your ball and chain. Ooh, you possess fire, you hold rain, but you forget about staying.
Sorry if the audio's changed, but I'm just on my phone. I've just popped outside, watered all the plants, and I thought I would show you the tiles that we've decided to order. We've gone for these ones from Mandarin Stone. We did like the terracotta, and I picked up some new ones, like I said, from Mandarin Stone. And this terracotta I think is lovely and works well with the brick. Why did you change your mind? Because you were quite set on terracotta. Yeah. And I was the one that was like, And now I got this and I was like, oh, actually, I really like that. But then Tom thought this one was probably better. It's a pretty close match, honestly, to the colour of the concrete on the wall anyway. Let me just zoom you back out. It's got, obviously, a bit of rustic edging. So we've gone for a grey grout, just with it being a outdoor kitchen. It'll probably get quite ashy in here, so easier to keep clean than white. We looked at these ones as well, which are a bit more textured. In the white, again, is a good colour match. The only thing with this is, I thought this was going to be like terracotta, but if I get it in the light, if you can see, it's more like copper. It's quite shiny and metallic, and that put me off, if I'm honest with you. I also think, maybe this is what made you think this one would be easier to clean, because it's got a bit more of a gloss finish. Whereas the terracotta is more of a matte, even though they said it doesn't make a difference. But yeah, we've got the barbecue going. I think what we're going to do is use the burgers up first, and with some bread buns we've got. So cheeseburgers, and then we'll use the aubergines to do like more of an aubergine salad and keep the tacos for another night. So those of you that are asking how we use this fire pit, take it away, Tommy, because I don't know what you're doing.
So this is charcoal at the minute, though. This is not fire.
Oh gosh, there's stuff everywhere. So where do we cook the burgers?
On this bit here.
Oh, okay, so you'll lower that down and that'll heat up.
Yeah, like you can cook here. I'm going to do the aubergine on this pan.
Oh, nice. Like a char grilled aubergine. Beautiful. I'll show you what it looks like when we're finished. And the banana bread is cooked, so we'll have a piece of that maybe for dessert with some ice cream. Meanwhile, this one's snoozing away. I say snoozing in the sunshine, but he's just moved into the shade. And dinner is served. We've got cheeseburgers, halloumi, aubergine and pepper salad with a pork kebab. I think I'll probably only have one piece of this. Tom can finish it. But yeah, this looks delicious. Of course, mayo and ketchup to finish it off. Tom's just plating up his. And then this is us for the rest of the evening. Really enjoying the last of this sun. Usually we have it on the table. I don't know why. Is it 'cause it's a bit late? Yeah, it's a bit later than we usually eat. It's 7:30, so that table is now in the shade. So we've decided to sit on our little bistro set instead so we can get that last of the sunshine today. But yeah, I hope you have enjoyed spending the day with me. I didn't do as much resetting as I'd hope. So maybe we'll get around to some more in the next upcoming videos. Yeah, I hope you've enjoyed spending the day with me nonetheless. Yours looks better. Oh, he's already added some of the salad on. These lettuce leaves are next door neighbour. He always grows us. In fact, he's the one that gave us all of the herbs for the herb bed, which thank goodness are thriving. We didn't kill them off. The rosemary and sage were the only two we struggled with, but we planted some more rosemary that he's also grown. Yeah, he grew that lettuce, which is very kind of him. Thank you. And yeah, we're gonna call it a night here. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thumbs up if you did, subscribe for more, and I hope to see you all very soon in the next one. Bye guys.